Morning, good morning, good morning. It is yours truly, Dr. K. Freedom by Design Live is on this morning. We are ready to get it started. Thank you for joining in. Good morning, Rutho. Good morning, Michonne. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As you come on, do us a favor, like and share, please, please, please. Thank you guys so much. I'm excited. I hope everybody had a very great, happy Resurrection Sunday. I know I enjoyed spending time with my family. I enjoyed worshiping as I do daily, but it's something about that resurrection word that just hits. Good morning, Patrice. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know a lot of people are on spring break and they're probably like, Trina, it's 7:30. What? We got to get up? Yeah, I've been up. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Princess. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Lynn. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. Good morning. Let's wake everybody up. Come on now. Good morning. Good morning. So, guys, yes, I am. I'm excited because as a educator, it is spring break, but y'all know I don't have those traditional days. So I'm still working. We're still in it. So I'm excited. And thank you guys for tuning in. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Yeah, Rutho, it's been time to get up. We've been up since like 5 something. You know what I mean? This morning, got up, listen to this week on God's Zone, last week and this week we are dining alone. And I know you're probably like, what does that mean? Why do I want to dine alone? Because you want to spend time alone with you and him. You want to know, what is he saying? What is he telling you? How is he telling you to move in your life in this season? So that's why that's important. Good morning, Miss Jerry. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Motivation Monday. It's time for us to get up. So our topic this morning is, or our title is, help someone at the pool. And I know you probably like, this girl still on this pool thing. Not so much, very different. So this morning, as I listened on the God Zone, I was dining alone, getting myself ready. And I heard the word of inspiration. It came from T.D. Jakes, and he talked about the blind spots in our life. And that thing just hit me a little different because I'm like, whoa, I've heard that message before. I've spoken a message on the blind spots from a different perspective. But this morning, I wondered, I said, wow, who is suffering in our life, in our blind spots? Who is that person, our children, our family members, who's suffering because they're in our blind spots? When we drive and we're looking and we're going and we're doing our thing and we're looking straight ahead. And it's like, you know what? That car comes up right here in that place you can't see them, that blind spot, and you get ready to go over, and your car, if your car is like mine, it has that beep, 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 and it alerts you, and you're like, oh, let me hurry up and get back. God does that to us too. He'll auto correct us real quick to say, hey, you getting in somebody else's lane, or hey, you moving too fast, you need to slow down. So that thing hit me different, and I said, okay, Lord, I thank you for the early morning chastisement, Rutho, on the God's on this morning. I'm like, auto correct. We got to make sure we're aware of everything. We got to use our peripheral vision, because sometimes we're impacting people and we don't see it. We start moving and doing. And then when I got into the message, it centered on time. And I'm like, man, I always say time is that one resource that we can't get no more of it. It doesn't matter what we do. We can buy some stuff. We can get some more money. We can get some more friends. We can get some more stuff, but we can't get no more time. So I know I am very careful and cautious about my time. I don't like for people to waste my time, because I know God only gave us so much time. So I want to use it. So Rutho, as I'm talking and debriefing on my morning on the God Zone, if you would drop the information in the chat so that we can share, because we're not selfish when it comes to God's Zone, because it's his zone. We want to make sure that we share it with everybody, so you have an opportunity to fellowship with us. These last 2 weeks, we've been doing something a little different, and that's that dining in alone and spending that quality time with him, praying, journaling, and all of that great stuff. And you'll see I have my journal right here. So, writing that thing down makes it look different. So this morning I said, Lord, which direction are we going? And he said, okay, I need you to go to your Bible. And I went to my Bible, and he led me to John chapter 5, verse 1 through 15. Now, I know it's a very familiar text for all of my Bible scholars out there. I know that. I know we know about the pool of Bethesda. That's the pool I'm talking about. Help somebody at the pool. But it hit different this morning as I was reading, and I'm like, okay, who is our hope for wholeness? It's him. And how are we going to, how are we going to do this thing? So what I was reading, Jesus went down to the pool of Bethesda during Passover. And at this pool is where people went who were not whole, for lack of better words, people who were sick with a variety of physical, mental illnesses and afflictions. And what they believed is that they believed that the first one in the water, after the waters had been troubled or stirred by the angels, they would be cured, healed, or made whole. So of course, that means everybody is there who has all these different afflictions, and they're trying to jump in. They want to get in this water first so that I can get this blessing. So whatever this thing is, it can come off me. I don't want it anymore. So you can imagine, the different people that you would meet at the pool of Bethesda. It's not necessarily where someone would go for joy and happiness, because a lot of people were suffering around this pool. So Jesus walked up and he met this man. This man had been sick for 38 years. Now, I'm gonna pause right there. I am 46 years old. In December, I will be 47 years old. In my whole mind, I cannot even imagine what it would be to be sick for 38 years with a physical affliction. Now, some of us have been sick for longer than 38 years with some mental stuff going on. I'm just kidding. But, it's imagine you are being sick for 38 years and you watching other people come and go, people getting healed, people being delivered. You're watching all of this and you are so steadfast in this urban legend that I got to get in this pool. But every time you try to get in the pool, because you're afflicted, you're hurt, somebody beat you to it. So every time it's like, dang, I was almost there, but somebody beat me to it. Dang, I almost had it, but somebody beat me to it. So Jesus asked this man, what would it make for you? What would it take for you to be whole? And he was like, sir, I don't have help. Everybody else always beats me into the pool. And that thing hit me different because I said to myself, have you ever been in a situation where you feel like I'm always almost there? Like I'm close, but I never quite make it. I can see it, but dog, this year, I missed it. Last year, I was a little bit further back. This year, I got closer, but dang, I didn't make it. 38 years over and over and over. He's trying to get in this pool, but every time someone beats him, can you imagine the anger, the frustration, the resentment of being afflicted with the thing that long, and you keep seeing other people just, winning, sort of like us in life, when we're like, dang, you know what? I wanted that new house, but my credit wasn't good enough. I wanted that new house, but I got my credit together. I said I was going to work on it, but now I don't have the money for the down payment. Dang. And then this market, they moving too fast. Well, I wanted to get married, but I was engaged and everything was going well. And then I discovered there were some things about him or her that I didn't like. So now here I am again. I'm single and I'm searching. I'm looking. I'm trying to figure it out. Or it's like, dang, I almost got the job, but they said I was overqualified. I went back to school and I got my stuff together. Now I'm overqualified. I almost got the job. Well, I'm not qualified enough. They needed somebody who had this level of experience and I have this, but without the credentials, I can't get that. Almost just like close, not there, not quite there yet. Have you ever been in that situation where I'm almost there, but not quite? And I was thinking about this man. I'm like, I could only imagine him talking to Jesus. And Jesus said, what would it take for you to be whole? And he like, man, listen, don't you see me at this pool? I'm trying to be whole, but I don't have nobody to help me. I don't know how it's going to work out. Every time I almost make it, somebody push me out of the way. You better say it, Ruth, though. Our time is coming. Our appointed time is coming. Yeah, yes, and yes. But Jesus then said to him, you know what? Pick up your bed and walk. Get your stuff and move. You are now made whole. And he was like, whoa, wait a minute. Me? It's my time? Yeah, because you have been faithful. You have been consistent. You have been obedient. It's time for you to pick up your bed and walk. And the man looking like, wait a minute. Okay, he didn't delay. He picked this stuff up and started moving. Now, you would think that people would be happy for him. You would think that, hey, this is a miracle. 38 years of suffering, this good. Let's get this thing popping. But no, the Jews persecuted Jesus because he did it on a Sunday, on the Sabbath. Now, I'm sitting here like, what? This man been sick 38 years and we tripping. Like, really? Why? And I can only imagine the happiness that he is now feeling. And I thought about that thing, and Jesus said, I need you to put a different spin on it. And I'm reading this morning, and Jerry, you better say it's your time, baby. It's your time. I know that's right, because he'll do it just like that. We'll be going through all these different things will be happening. We'll be seeing everybody else elevated. We'll be seeing everybody else move forward. We'll be seeing everybody else being made whole. We'll be seeing healing. We'll see all of these things, but don't get discouraged, because our time is coming. My time ain't Rutho time. My time is not Jerry time. My time is not Pam's time. My time is not Linda time. My time is not Michelle time, but my time is coming. So don't get discouraged. Don't let yourself be weighted down by all these different things that you see. And sometimes we got to even put the blinders on so that we're not looking to see what everybody else got, what everybody else is doing, how they're flourishing. Because when our time comes, God said he will give us exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. Now I can think big. So I'm over here like, Jesus, you gonna do that? Hey, if you gonna do bigger than what I can think, because the sister over here, I'm on some other stuff. I'm like, I know he can just do some things and it'll happen in a suddenly season. Now it won't inch by, it'll be suddenly. And you like, whoa, that's why we got to be ready, and we got to be careful for what it is we're asking for and what we're praying for, because we have to have our whole mind, our body, and our spirits in alignment with him, so that when he gives it to us, we can maintain it. So when he gives it to us, we can take it, we can grow it, not just maintain it and keep it at this level. It's just like the man who got the talents. He doesn't want us to get our 5, our 1, our 10, or our 2 and keep it and hold on to it and bury it. No, he wants us to multiply it. He wants us to be able to be a blessing to somebody else, which leads me to my next point. There are so many people who are waiting at the pool of Bethesda even today. Good morning, Angela. Even today. Now, you know, you like, Katrina, ain't nobody waiting on that pool for angels to stir it up. Well, the pool might look different, friend. The pool might look different. Understand, people who are at our church, people who are at our job, they are silently waiting. Some silently waiting, some not so silently waiting, but people are waiting to get some help into the pool. It can be from physical illnesses. It can be mental illnesses. It can be a widow. It can be a person who's been raped, abandoned, veterans. People are suffering in silence, many of them. Every now and again, you get somebody bold enough to say, hey, I need help. I need somebody to help me. But who is going to help them at the pool? Are you going to be that person that's going to help them at the pool? Now, as I was preparing and meditating this morning, God said, we're going to have to help somebody at the pool. It's Motivation Monday. So I know you're probably like, okay, Katrina, I need a word for me. Give me some excitement. Well, I'm going to give you a word for you. I'm going to give you a word for you and for somebody else, because you're going to have to help somebody. We're going to have to move a little bit differently. So what does that thing look like? And I got 5 points. I was reading this morning, that thing hit my soul as I started getting it together. Number 1, we're going to have to identify somebody with a need. That means that, guess what? Everybody needs look different. The signs are different. You know, some speak, some get quiet in their season of go through, in their season of needing some help. It's a lot of people who need help to get into the pool. Some are sitting right there and you looking at them like, oh, they doing good. No, they're not doing good. So that means I got to align myself with him so that I can make sure I got my heart in the right place. So spiritually, I can discern some things so that I know how to help. So I know how to identify the signs of those people who are out there who need help. Come on, Motivation Monday. It's time. So 1, we got to look for a need. We got to be on the search, not our need. We got to look for somebody who has a need. So 1, identify somebody with a need. 2, listen without criticism. Now I know I'm about to step on some toes, Rutho, this morning. We have to just listen sometimes. When people are coming to you and they're pouring out their heart and they're telling you about their woes, sometimes it's not meant for you to say, you know what, in 1992, I went through a similar situation just like that, and this is what I did. No, In 1992, you wasn't living right. You wasn't doing right. So don't tell them what you did in 92. You have to just listen. Sometimes the person only needs somebody to hear them. And you see me doing like this because hearing ain't always with these. Hearing sometimes are with these right here and with this right here. So you have to hear them. You know what? I thought about somebody who was saying to me, you know, I've been divorced, and just because somebody comes and talks to me who is on the verge of divorce or who has just gone through a divorce doesn't mean I tell them my divorce story. You know, even thinking about people who have illnesses, cancer, HIV, people who have lost a loved one. I lost my father a few years ago. Does it still hurt today? It does. But if I'm ministering to somebody else, they don't necessarily need to hear how I handled it. When God wants me to move and share my testimony, I will. But a lot of times we just need to listen, and without criticism, listen without telling them how they're going about things wrong. Listen without saying, hey, you should have did this or you should have listened to that person. No, sometimes it's for them to be able to just get it out. And sometimes we need to listen because God is ministering to us through that person that's broken, that's disturbed, that's bothered. The third thing is we got to do some stuff anonymously. Stop looking for the fanfare. Do it quietly. Be anonymous about what you do. You don't need everybody to say, oh my God, Rutho gave $10,000 to this ministry. Yeah, Rutho, I'm prophesying that thing. We don't need anybody to say, you know what, I'm going to sow into your ministry, girl. I'm going to come on and I'm going to give you $5,000 so that Freedom by Design can, you know, you can do the things that you need to do and all of that stuff. We got to be able to move in silence. Some blessings are just that. They're blessings and they're planting a seed. And when we plant seeds, what do? We plant seeds in the dirt. We cover them up. Nobody gets to see them until that thing begins to flourish. Stop trying to do it with fanfare. Stop trying to get recognized. Do it from your heart. Just like when we tithe, just like when we bless others, we don't have to be loud about it. There are so many times I've been at Dunkin' Donuts or I've been at Starbucks going through the line, and you know, I get ready, I'm there, I'm ready to reach my card out, and they say, I'm sorry, ma'am, the person before you, we don't need your card because somebody paid for you in advance. So instantly right there, it's like, oh wow, yeah, your mind can say, well, good, I'm glad somebody paid for me because I deserve that today. No, instantly that heart should be like, you know what, let me pay it forward too. I'll cover the person behind me. Not say, well, how much is the person behind me? Let me put $10 on it. No, go ahead and sow that seed. Stop worrying about it. And you don't have to go to work and tell everybody you did it. You don't have to go home and tell the world you did it. Do it and move forward. Have that ever happened to you? I remember one day I was in a grocery store and God laid it on my heart to pay for this lady's grocery. And I'm like, okay, Lord, you're obedient. And I wanted to do it in silence, but I couldn't because of how the store was set up. And the lady was like, oh my God, I'm okay. And it's like, you know what? And she didn't look homeless or helpless or anything, but I had to be obedient to what God was telling me to do. And it wasn't for me to get in a big dialogue with her. It just wasn't. Guys, do it anonymously. The fourth thing is we got to acknowledge people. We got to see them. I know that's one of my big things as I was going through my go through. You know, it's important for me that when I'm dealing with people that they see me and not see Katrina the outside, but that you see my heart, that you see who I am, that you understand, you know, what it is that I'm trying to do. I don't want to be seen, but just, I don't want to be seen in a manner of giving. See my heart, see me at my core for who I am, not what it looks like to your eyes, but right in here. So with that being said, we got to learn. We got to study people. We got to study about situations that they might be going through. So when it's time, when I'm listening and it's time for me to speak, I have something to say. As the Bible says, study to show yourself approved. Study so I can be able to say, you know what? I remember when I read XYZ and this, and I can refer them back so they can read it and they can, you know, kind of reflect and take their own spin on it. So we have to make sure we also pray for people, because that, you know, that right there never goes away. That right there, you can never get too much of. And you don't have to say, girl, I've been praying for you. I'm so glad you came through. Remember, anonymously, when we pray with somebody, Yes, they know we're praying, but you can be in your closet. I know my mama have a whole list. Most of my friends, they got a whole list of people that they take right before God in their closet. Pray for people. You want to acknowledge them, see them, learn, study. So you know what? I want to help people in this situation. I want to be able to let God use me. Get ready, because he'll use you and he'll give you the words to say. I promise you. But praying for a person costs you absolutely nothing but your time. And it's his time anyway. The last thing, follow up with people. You know, when we're there for people so many times in their season of go through. And I can think when I lost my dad, there were so many people who were around. You know, when you lose a loved one, it's something different. I've never had the experience of losing. I lost my dad, I lost my grandmother, I lost my grandfather, I lost two grandfathers. You know, but does that mean that I understand exactly how somebody else is feeling in their loss? No. Does that mean that I understand exactly what somebody feels like when they've lost a child or a spouse or anything of that nature? It doesn't mean that. Can I empathize? Can I sympathize with them? I can. And I want to, but I won't ever say, hey, I know exactly how you feel, because I don't. But I'm going to be here praying with you. I'm going to be here supporting you. Good morning, hubby. Good morning. Good morning. Also, follow up with people. You know, when people go through stuff, they lose the ability to sleep through the night. Let them know, hey, you can reach out to me. I'm here. If you can't sleep, call me and I'll be up with you. I'll talk with you. I'll pray with you. Even if I just have to listen. If you want to breathe and you want me to listen, sometimes I need that. Let's just listen. I can remember times when me and my sister are on the phone. We're on FaceTime. I'm working, going about my day. She's going about her day. And we're just on FaceTime. She's just there with me, not physically with me, but she's there with me. And every now and again, we'll talk as if we're in the same house. Sometimes that's all people need, just for you to be there with them. You know, holidays are also another hard time for people who are going through. Somebody who is at that pool, help them out. Invite them over to your house and you know, call them, speak some words of encouragement, check in on them. You know, I can think of people who are, you know, raising or not even raising, who are helping, who've been raised by their parents, and now they're having to take care of their parents because they have Alzheimer's or they have some kind of, or they're just getting older. You know, the people in that situation, a lot of times they say, if somebody just come by and check on me, I'm taking care of mama, I'm taking care of daddy, they're good. But sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I need company. Sometimes I need a 15-20 minute break so I can just go to Walmart and walk around. Just check on me. So we got to follow up with people. We got to check on the caregiver. That's somebody else who's sitting at that pool. You're like, oh, they doing so good. It's a blessing to see how they're doing X, Y, and Z, how they take care of their mama, how they do this and do that. Have you ever thought to say, you know what, friend? I'm going to come back and I'm going to spend some time with your father. I want to spend about 30-45 minutes, maybe an hour with them. That'll give you a chance to go to the mall. That'll give you a chance to go out and exercise. That'll give you a chance to go for a walk or just to breathe, just to go outside and sit on the porch or go in the back and sit on the deck just to relax. Come on now, y'all. So sometimes helping somebody at the pool, it looks different. So I'm gonna go back over those 5 things again. And I want you guys to understand, for those of you who jumped on later, might be listening later, my message this morning came from John 5, verses 1-15, and it talks about the pool of Bethesda. Today, right here, right now, we got some people who are sitting by the pool who need help. We got some people who need us to lift them up and help them in. We have some people who are looking to be made whole, and wholeness, that's that freedom period. It's a whole walk. It takes time. Yes, they can't get it and do it right now, but God is positioning us to do some things on this Motivation Monday. We ask what we can do. We can help somebody. Number one, we can look for people in need. We can have our eyes open, our spiritual eyes open. Some people who are in need, they're loud. Some people who are in need, they're quiet. It's funny, I was listening to Pastor Teray yesterday, and he was saying, you ever met that person that walk up and they're like, hey, bro, what's up? Yeah, boy, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you look at them like, what are you hiding? Nobody is always that happy. What are you covering up? So some people are quiet. Some people are loud. Look for that person in need. Number 2, listen without criticism. Listen. Stop trying to tell them what you went through. Listen to what they say. God will let you know when it's time for you to say something, if in fact it's time for you to say anything. Sometimes we just have to listen. Number 3, when it's time to do something, to sow a seed, to bless a person, stop trying to always bless them out in public. Do it anonymously. Again, it's sowing a seed. When we sow seed in the ground, under the dirt. It's covered up. Nobody sees it until that thing starts to bloom and blossom. And it might blossom in your life in a different way. Number 4, acknowledge the person. Let them know you see them. Learn, study, pray for them. Praying is all the way free. Pray for them. Do something different. Acknowledge them. Hey, baby girl, I see you. Hey, bro, I see you. I see what you're doing. I love you and God bless you. Number 5, follow up. You were there in my season of need, but 3 months later, it looks different. It feels different. My needs are different. They have changed. My loneliness may have exacerbated. I've gone through a traumatic experience. Every time, right at the very onset of it, is not when I need everybody to just be all over me. Sometimes people need to breathe right away, but you need to let them know that you're there. You need to let them know that you see them. You need to be there to listen. See, some of us, we fall short. And I think about my pastor when he says we get too holy. We want to jump in. We want to start speaking in tongues, laying hands and all of that. Ho, ho, ho. Right in the midst of all of it, everybody can't handle that. Give them a minute to get their bearings together. And then when that appointed time comes, it might be time for all that. Then you do it. But follow up with them. Because in the moment, I don't need all of that. But 3 months, a year down the line, I might need you to come sit with me and pray with me. I might need you to be able to speak a whole word to me. I want to hear what thus saith the Lord. You know, I want to know at that point. We got to understand. Check in on people at the holidays. Holidays are triggers. For some of us, we're excited. It's new flowers. It's new this. It's new that. Y'all see my new flowers over there. It's new flowers. It's this. It's that. It's all those things. But sometimes it's like, you know what? This was a season that I suffered a great loss. This was a season that I went through 3 years ago, and it was hard for me. And every time this season comes up, I remember it. Check on those friends who are taking care of their parents. Check on those friends who are single parents and they're doing it by themselves. They've lost their spouse. Check on them, friend. Check on them. Give them a break. You see them like, God, they doing so good. They got it. They're managing. They need a break. Check on them. It's our turn to help somebody at the pool. Family, I pray that this word blessed you the way that it blessed me. I love each and every one of you guys. I look forward to seeing you on Wisdom Wednesday. I pray God's blessings over you. And thank you guys so much for helping me out with the YouTube channel. We are in our transition where we're going to start going live on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'm excited. I got to get a few more things taken care of, but we have our own YouTube channel, our custom YouTube channel name. So we'll be putting that information out there. I'm excited about it. Y'all came to a sister's aid and you supported me. So I'm grateful and I am thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. And I've had so many people continue to reach out and ask about the book Exposed. You can purchase Exposed on Amazon, or you can purchase Exposed at www.freedombydesign1.com. And yes, God has told me to go ahead and start writing again. So I'm writing. I'm taking my time, but I am in the process of writing book number 2. So I'm excited about that. Family, I love you guys. God bless you. Me and my husband continue to pray for you. And I ask that you continue to pray for us. Have a fantastic Monday and go out and do something great. Look for somebody at the pool. It's time for us to do some helping, y'all. God bless you. Take care and have a fantastic day. I'll see you Wednesday.